let's make these super cute little beaded lizard earrings. This is going to be a pretty in-depth, beginner-friendly tutorial, but let's just get right into the supplies. Of course, if you are making these into earrings, you will need one earring hook per lizard, something to measure your wire with. You will need pliers to make the loop, some sort of wire cutters, and then some pliers to A, open up your earring hook, and B, pull the wire tight. Sometimes it just makes it easier to have these to grip onto the wire a little bit better. And then you will need wire. I'm using 28 gauge and I'm going to use about 20 inches of this, but if you're using smaller beads, you can use less wire. But of course you'll need your beads. You're gonna need 2 black beads, 27 of the main body color, I used green, and then 21 of the accent color, I used blue. So firstly, let's measure out our wire. Okay, so once you have your wire cut, you're going to want to meet the 2 ends up, hold them together, and pull down your wire. So you don't necessarily want to fold it, but you do want to have it, you know, come together closer like this. So you're gonna go to your little loop here and then grab your pliers that you're gonna use to make your loop for the earring hook. And then, see, I like to put them down towards the end just to make the loops extra small. So you hold it and then you just kind of push it together and then twist. You can use another pair of pliers to twist it as well. Okay, so it should look something like this. And then I just like to take the little flat part, push it down. So it'll look something like this. Mine's kind of weird there. I don't know what happened, but. And we'll be making the lizard from the nose to the tail. So our first bead is gonna be the tip of his nose. Okay, so let's start beading. We're gonna start with the very top of his nose. We're just gonna take 1 green bead and put it on the right side. And then we're going to put the left side through the other side of the hole, so through the top of the hole, so that it looks like that. And with the first few beads, I do kind of like to just hold it and then pull each of these side to side because they will pull unevenly. But once you get down the project more, it will behave better and be a little bit easier, but it's always a little difficult when you're starting out. Okay, so it's a little bit off center, but I'm making these for myself, so I don't really care. But if you do care, then you can fiddle with it more. Also, in a lot of these tutorials, you'll see people saying the right and the left side, and it honestly, I feel like doesn't matter if you like, you know, right side or right side, you know. Typically, don't think that really matters. It's just a way of explaining it. So if you feel like you got them, you know, switched around, your project will probably be fine. Now we're going to do 2 green beads on the right side and then put the left side through the top, and you want to make sure that you get through both of those green beads and don't have one, you know, sticking out in the middle. Sorry if you hear the dog snoring in the background. He is a very sleepy elderly dog, so he's snoring back there. Next, we will be doing the eyes. So you're going to want to do a black bead, green bead, black bead, and then do the same as previous steps. Just go through the other side and make sure that it went through all 3 beads. Next, we'll be doing 2 green beads. And then take the left side and go down through those beads. Now we'll be doing the legs, and these are going to be slightly different than what we've been doing, but we're just going to be using one side of our wire per leg. So just take our right side of our wire, put on 1 green bead, 2 green beads, and then 3 of our accent color, so 3 blues for his little fingers, and then you just drop those down. So is what you're going to do, you kind of want to separate these, and then you want to put this same string up through just the green beads. But not the blue beads. Okay, and once you've pulled it through a little bit, I like to just push the green beads up to the body and then hold them just like that. And then pull, because it just helps keep the legs tighter to the body. And then this wire will try to twist and turn and stuff, so you just gotta keep messing with it till it's right. And I like to put, you know, so say this is like the top and this is the bottom. I like to put the paw beads up here because it, otherwise the wire twists more. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just easier that way, except this one's fighting me now. Okay, so that's what you should have there for one leg. And then since I just find it easier to work on the right side, I like to take it and flip it the other way so that we're still working with the wire on the right, but it is still the correct leg. Okay, so we're gonna be working on this wire. 1 green bead, another green bead, and then 3 blue beads for his little toes. And again, kind of separate the blue and the green. And then you're just gonna put the wire back through the green. And then push the little green close to the body and hold it there. So this is what you should have now. Okay, so now we're going to work on the body part, and we're going back to the more normal way, the normal technique. So it's gonna be green, blue, green. Put that through the other side, make sure that it went through all 3 beads. Next, we'll be doing green, 2 blues, and then green again. So now we're gonna have 4 beads. Same thing, go down through all 4 of them and make sure that it is not coming out of in the middle somewhere. And then just pull it tight. See, and now it's getting to the point where it will kind of go where it's supposed to and not just veer to one side. Now we're going to do a row that is exactly the same as the one we just did. 1 green, 2 blues, and another green. And then go down through all 4 of them. Next, we'll start with green, blue, green. I guess we've always started with green, but anyways, green, blue, green. It's gonna be our last like normal like belly pattern, I guess you'd call it. Because next we're gonna move on to his back legs. Okay, so it is leg time. So let's do the left one or the right one first, I guess, or I make both of them into the right one. So we're gonna do 2 of our green beads and then 3 of our blue beads. Just go back through the 2 green and not the blue. And then push the green up against the body and hold it tight there. And then we're going to flip this guy over and make the second leg. Again, 2 green and then 3 blue. Go back through the green. And then push them up close to the body, hold them tight right there. So now all of his legs are done. We can do the last part of either the last part of his body or like first part of his tail. I guess we'll say first part of his tail. So for the first part of his tail, we're just gonna do 2 green beads. Take the left side and go back down through those. See, and then as you can see here, that's what you don't want. You want to make sure it goes through, oops, make sure it goes through both of them. Okay, and then we're just gonna finish out the tail with all singular beads. So we're gonna do our first just singular blue. And then singular green. Another singular blue. Singular green. Okay, so we move on to our next blue. Okay, we are on our last bead now, which is going to be green. Okay, we're almost done with this guy. Just got to pull this tight and then I'll show you how to finish him off. So what I like to do is I just kind of pull the wire down a little bit. Then you want to pinch it close together. Oops. Zoomed out there. Okay. Take this thing does not want to focus. Take the left side and kind of pull it over, right side kind of pull it over. So it's crossed over like that. And then just twist it. And this is of course just one way you can do it. A lot of people do a lot of different ways. So now that it's like that, just want to cut off your extra strings there, your extra tails. That's another little tip if it is, if you can't get your things cut, you can sometimes just open it back up and just kind of cut at it a couple times. And then this part is kind of sharp and pointy, so be careful about that. But basically is what I did, and you can do this kind of however you want. But I just took it, kind of like rolled it up into a little ball. Because this is going to be on the back side of the earring, so I don't really care how it looks, but... Okay, and then as you can see on my last one, I was able to curl it up more, but for the sake of the length of this video, I'm just going to deal with that later. But you just keep playing around with it until it is hidden as much as you want, but then you cannot see it from the front at all anyways. So lizard's done. Now let's make him into an earring. So we're gonna open up our earring hook and then put him on there, and then you want to make sure that whatever side has your little bundle of extra wire at the end is on the back. But there he is. Now you have, well, and then you do this again. You do this twice, and then you have this super cute pair of beaded lizard earrings. Tell me in the comments down below what color you made these guys, if you made them. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye!